Coming up on UTRGV News, Edinburgh shooter Victor Alejandro Godinez has been charged for attempted murder. More details on the charges. Plus,
9 months cases have been identified here in the Hidalgo County. More on these cases in minutes.
Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nelson announces her resignation. More on why in minutes.
Also, a massive house fire in Fort Worth, Texas, tearing down the house. More details coming up in UTRGV News.
And some cloudy days expected throughout the week. Should we expect some rain? More on those details later in the newscast. UTRGV TV starts now.
Suspect Victor Hidalgo Godinez has been charged with 3 counts of attempted murder at Edinburgh, Texas by peace officer Judge Terry Palacios. One officer remains in critical but stable conditions.
It all began in the McAllen, Edinburgh area when the Texas Department of Public Safety Trooper Sanchez arrived at a car crash scene. As Trooper Sanchez was approaching the suspect of the crash, Sanchez was shot and the suspect fled the scene. The suspect was in the vicinity of Freddy Gonzalez Road on North 10th Street. Ground patrols and helicopters were around this location on the lookout for the suspect. The suspect has now been arraigned.
9 month cases have been suspect here in the Hidalgo County. Officials say these cases are clear signs but have not been final tested for diagnosis. Mump cases are more common for small children. However, these cases have been frequently seen in young adults. Hidalgo County Health Director Eddie Olivares speaks out about the importance of vaccinations and health purposes.
Vaccination is effective. Everyone needs to get their immunization for all. The mumps is not a dangerous illness. It's very much a nuisance and a debilitating illness. It is very contagious. But here's the part. Up to 90% preventable by a simple vaccine. Why wouldn't you do it?
President Donald Trump announces Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen's resignation on Twitter, thanking Christian for her services. Nielsen's resignation grew from frustration of not having enough power over the illegal crossings and other departments not supporting Nielsen's authority. There has been tension between Nielsen and the Congress ever since she became Secretary of Homeland Security back in 2017. After Trump announced Nielsen's resignation, Trump tweeted that the current U.S. Customs Border and Protection Commissioner, Kevin McAllen, will be the new Homeland Security Secretary.
A massive house explosion occurred in Fort Worth, Texas, leaving the house completely burned to the ground. Torrance County investigators are searching for as to what caused the house to go in flames. The fire occurred Saturday night to a house under renovation. Firefighters believe it was paint fumes that ignited a flash fire. The 6,000-foot house was in a gated community that had no fire hydrants, so the firefighters had to bring in 10,000 gallons of water to light out the fire.
Due to the lack of water, we have to shuttle tankers back and forth, so it takes a little bit more time, but basically the house was a total write-off before the fire department got here because of the amount of fire that was there.
The house was down to the ground and one victim was injured with burns. No other house in the area were damaged. Investigators are still unsure as to what caused the house fire.
Good evening, everyone. We did see some sunny, windy days throughout the weekend. We will be expecting some cloudy, sunny, and thunderstorms throughout the week. Take a look at the maps. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue this morning. There's no possibility of heavy rain to come, but windy days will be ahead of us. Temperatures right now quite bright, 82 in Edinburgh, 73 in Port Isabel, 84 out in West Rio Grande City. Here's the forecast for this week. A sunny 82 degrees on Monday, 80 on Tuesday with some scattered showers, and we cool down to 77 on Wednesday with some scattered showers, 77 on Thursday, and then 84 on Friday. On the weekend, temperatures are in the high 80s, low 90s on Saturday and Sunday. But for now, keep those umbrellas and sunscreen handy. And that's a wrap for our 7-day forecast. Eric, Rico, back to you.
Thank you, Sierra. Now, Leon trainer Hamanda Qualta was attacked by its own lion in front of a live audience at cruise in Ukraine. Hamanda was left with the lion's tooth in his body. The lion attacked it, scratched it, and pounced ferociously at his trainer. The trainer was left with gashes and bite marks after the attack. The trainer still got back up and went towards the lion. Miami Zoo official Ron McGowan says if the lion would have gotten the tamper by the neck, it would have turned out even worse for him. After 1 week of the attack, the tamper is back in ring with the same lion.
This is not first time I have attacked. I have so many times. These lions and tigers, for me, is like my sons, like my daughter.
Hamanda is still recovering from the bites and scratches from the lion, but now all he can say that these attacks are the tamper's fault. An American woman who was kidnapped in Uganda last week, unofficially on her way home. Idka was on safari in Uganda's famed Queen Elizabeth National Park when she was attacked by armed gunmen. An Uganda-led security operation was carried out, which was monitored closely by the U.S. State Department. After 5 days of negotiation, the ransom was paid, but the amount and donor were still unknown.
A longtime employee of Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival dies after a fall. The victim was setting up a stage for the festival and fell 60 feet. According to fire officials, he was pronounced dead at the scene. Golden Voice, the media house in charge of putting on the festival, says this employee had been with the company for 20 years and was the lead rigger. The Indio Police Department is investigating his death. Up ahead, a South African rhino poacher was killed. Stay tuned to get the latest on just how his death was caused.
Moto 6 has agreed to pay $12 million to settle a lawsuit that accused several of their Washington locations of sharing guest information with the U.S. immigration officials. More with this story to come.
Soon to come, 2 Oregon students face severe jail time and high fines for making $900,000 in fraudulent Apple iPhone returns. How this pair managed to do that in just moments.
Still ahead, some very sunny, windy days ahead of us. Perfect weather for a run or a trip. What temperatures should we expect ahead? Later in the newscast. This is UTRGV TV News.
Sophie's eating a tuna sandwich, and her meeting just got moved up to now. So she tries new Listerine Ready tabs. She's chewing that tiny tab, which turns into a swish of liquid. She's swishing away, which feels a little like, what? Unleash the clean feel of Listerine. Anytime, anywhere. Sophie girl, you are ready. Introducing new Listerine Ready tabs. Bring out the bold.
At King's Hawaiian, we believe the world would be a happier place if we just fired up the grill more often. Because when you're at the grill, odds are you're with family and friends, and sharing great food and laughter is what makes life sweet. With our delicious hamburger and hot dog buns, sharing never tasted so good. Enjoy irresistible King's Hawaiian hamburger and hot dog buns.
Authorities reported that a suspect rhino poacher in South Africa was killed by an elephant before his body was apparently devoured by lions. A search team in the Kruger National Park was able to recover only a skull and a pair of pants.
The South African Police Service said that 2 of his alleged accomplices were arrested with rifles and ammunition in their possession. The suspected poacher has not been identified, and the 4 accomplices are due in court.
Moto 6 was accused of the state of Washington of giving its guest list to immigration agents. The hotel chain operator was reported to have shared the personal information of about 80,000 customers for more than 2 years. Moto 6 settled the lawsuit for $12 million and is now stating they will not provide guest information unless legally obligated to do so.
In Oregon, 2 students are facing charges for cheating out Apple out of almost $1 million in iPhones. Prosecutors reported that the duo would send counterfeit iPhones to Apple for repair, claiming that the phones did not work.
Nearly half of the counterfeit iPhones were fixed, and Apple sent back real iPhones. Federal agents caught on when they intercepted a shipment from China with fake iPhones. Both students were fined and now face prison time.
Coming up, 2 long long-lost sisters reunited through a DNA website will experience a moment they will never forget.
And keep some sunscreen handy for these sunny days to come as temperatures rise to the 90s. We'll be back with the full weather forecast ahead. Stay with us.
I'm Clay Thompson, and I'm built with chocolate milk. Nutrients to refuel, natural protein to rebuild, backed by science.
I'm always going to be a maker, and I think a company is the coolest thing you can build. I'm Adam, and I make robots. You never know when inspiration's going to strike, so I take my Surface Pro everywhere. Part of an entrepreneur's job is to get stuff done. I like to do like 4 things at once. The new Surface Pro can handle all of my programs. I can paint, I can mold, I can code. I have it on all the time. It's fantastic. We get to build toys for kids and change the world. It's a big deal.
Good evening, everyone. We will see a good amount of sunny, windy days throughout the week and this coming weekend. Take a look at the maps. Temperatures right now quite bright. 82 in Edinburgh, 73 in Port Isabel, and 84 in West Rio Grande City. Here's the forecast for the week. A sunny 82 degrees on Monday, 80 on Tuesday with some scattered showers, and we cool down to 77 on Wednesday with some scattered showers, 77 on Thursday, and 84 on Friday. On the weekend, temperatures are in the 80s, low 90s, and on Saturday and Sunday. But for now, keep those umbrellas and sunscreen handy, and that's a wrap for our 7-day forecast. Back to you.
Still to come, a moment of lifetime. Long-lost sister met and will share that very moment with you. This beautiful moment in seconds.
They say you're supposed to deny your cravings. You know what I do instead? I snack on Blue Diamond almonds. Wasabi and soy sauce? Don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
All the flavors you craved in a superfood. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
What if I wielded the power of the Infinity Gauntlet?
I just saved money with Geico.
I saved hundreds of dollars.
Die!
In theaters, April 26th.
I don't know, our relationship's just kind of boring.
You're not alone. I used to have a limited selection of shows on demand, and let me tell you, it got very boring. I got DirecTV last week, and they have more than 50,000 titles to choose from.
But what about my problems?
Classic narcissist.
What was that?
Nothing.
TV without 50,000 titles on demand is just kind of TV. Get DirecTV to get a $200 reward card. Don't just kind of TV, DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Finally, the 2 long sister-in-laws finally met.
The pair had been separated for decades and lived only 120 miles apart. Tonight, these sisters are officially united, and we are here to share this heartfelt moment with you.
I have no idea what she looks like.
With anticipation building,
I'm really nervous.
Christine Courtwright, looking for the sister she thought she would never meet, about to come down an escalator.
45 years ago, my mother told me that if a lady ever came to the front door knocking on it and saying, I might be your half-sister, I should believe her, because prior to she and my dad getting together, he had a child.
I can't believe we finally got here.
But for Liz Cuccinello, this is a meeting she was never expecting. She was adopted at birth, but never knew who her biological family was until she got a match through a DNA website.
Well, I was shocked. I mean, I had no idea that I had a sister out there. And I was very pleased at the same time. I mean, I always had wanted a sister.
And I went, oh my goodness, I bet this is the person my mother talked about 45 years ago. And lo and behold, it's exactly who it was.
The two instantly connecting, first writing to each other, then talking on the phone, realizing they both grew up in the same state, New York, just 120 miles from one another.
Well, from day one, we have been very comfortable with each other. finding out we have a lot of similarities.
Then they decided to meet each other face to face.
We've got a lot of people that want to meet you.
The two already planning a summer vacation in South Carolina together and eventually a cruise, something they both love to do.
This is my big sister. Now, what do I do to big sisters? What do I do with the little sister?
What a magnificent moment. I can imagine the joy they must have felt seeing each other for the first time.
I bet they feel absolutely incredible. This was such a great moment, and we are glad they decided to share their story with us.
Welcome back. Now before we go, let's take one last look at the forecast. A sunny 82 degrees on Monday, 80 on Tuesday with some scattered showers, and we cool down to 77 on Wednesday with some scattered showers, and then 77 on Thursday and 84 on Friday. The weekend temperatures are high in the 80s and low 90s on Saturday and Sunday. Amazing weather for a nice movie day.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Make sure to follow UTRGV TV on Facebook and Instagram.
And be sure to download the UTRGV TV app.
Thanks for watching. Up to next time.